All right, Shalom. Salaki. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And real briefly, I want to go into I know brothers at camp right now, the apostles, elders, brothers, across across the world, really. So I'm gonna get back to watching bros at camp. But I want to bring out this lesson real quick as I was sitting there just scrolling through the news, Saturdays, you might, just kind of chill if you ain't got nothing to do. But I was just kind of chilling today, listening to the different camp videos, searching the news or whatnot, and I came across this article that was put out yesterday from on Natural News. Now, when I read the title, the first thing I thought about was, no shit, right? It says the juice jabs come with significant side effects, and my first thought was, well, no shit. You see, now they finally coming out and said when you had the apostles, the elders, the bishops, brothers, the prophets been saying these things. Don't trust Esau, Edom, you know. But as I was reading into the article, you had this guy, which we're gonna read it. It's a short read, but you had this guy who, when the juice jobs first came out, he was all for it, and he was trying to speak against it in a way. But eventually, they had to conform a lot of these doctors, the people who in media, they had to conform and tell the public that, look, the juice is okay to drink. And when I say juice, we should all know what I'm talking about. When I say juice, I'm talking about this, right? I'm sure we all in the know, but just like Yahweh Shah, he spoke in parables. But nevertheless, after reading the article, I thought about, well, look, that was a forerunner. That was like an example of foreshadowing to how it's going to be with the MOTB. You're going to have a lot of people buy in and agree with getting that C-hip in them because of maybe fear of the times we're coming in, right? An event they may happen to shake the world up, just like the CV, But the thing is, once these people get it, although you had the prophets this whole time telling people, look, don't get that. Talking about the juice, and people got it, now people falling dead, sick, heart attacks. And we're going to read the article. Heart attacks. Now they regretting taking that juice or drinking that juice because of family members may have died or themselves are now constantly ill. But that's not going to be where it stopped at. We're going to have another round of jabs maybe, but ultimately, as it says in the title, let the juice jab be an example for the MOTB. And it says the jabs come with significant side effects, and we'll read into it. Goes into heart attacks, which I heard, man, these jabs, man, giving people, the cancer, the cancer word, but cancer, HIV, I believe. So many other things that's not in this article that are significant side effects because of that juice jab. But the thing is, when the MOTB come around, the same thing gonna happen. That's why the warning is going out now. Don't take that MOTB. I don't care how hard times get. Trusting Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Because the same things people gonna take the MOTB for to get by in society, the Lord can get us the same things, man, without it. So let's go ahead and read this article real quick. And I got Sirach 12, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and I got of course, Revelation 13. Let me pull that up. I'm just kind of flowing in the spirit. I literally just seen the article, read through it, so I'm gonna do a lesson on it. In Revelation 16, because it speaks about a sword, right? A sword for those who gonna get that MOTB. But let's go ahead and read the article real quick. So this article is from naturalnews.com, and it was put out yesterday. It says the juice jabs come with significant side effects. What significant mean? It says sufficiently great are important to be worthy of attention. So a lot of things that these people got wrong with them now is worthy of attention. Red alerts, man. It says, and who's saying it? A ex-CDC director finally admits, not only coming out with it, and this is why I said, let this be an example for when the MOTB come around, because they're going to make it sound good at first, but once these people start getting it, they'll do the same thing and say, oh, we sorry. We ain't think it was going to be like this. Like you got Pfizer, they backstepping now from what they said, Moderna, so on and so forth. But let's read this article. I'll blow it up so y'all can see it. So it says, some government folks wanted to tell the ugly truth about the CV-19 juices, right? So you had a lot of people want to tell the truth about it. It says during the pandemic, but they were silenced by the people even higher than them, claims Dr. Robert Redfield, a former director of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. It says many of these same top dogs, check this out, many of these same top dogs now admit that there are significant side effects associated with the shots that made people sick, but in the very beginning, they were singing a much different tune. That's why Sirach 12 and many other scriptures is important. Never trust thine enemy. We in it across enemy lines, man. We were sent here for captivity, especially us in the know. We were sent here to serve captivity. We know these heathens ain't on our side, so why would we listen to these people, man? As if they're trying to help us and better us. When we read the scriptures, when we clearly see these nations are against us. But again, never trust thine enemy. Because it says right here, many of these same top dogs, right, doctors, CDC people, now admit that there are significant side effects associated with the shots that made people sick, but in the very beginning, they were singing a much different tune. On May 16th, Redfield, that's a former CDC director, Redfield, during an appearance on News Nation, told Chris Cuomo, which Chris Cuomo is another one. He was for the juice. Everybody get the juice, cussing a black man out on the news. We played that on the Thursday Live a couple of weeks ago because he didn't want to get the juice. But now Chris Cuomo singing a different tune too. Because now he's saying he's sick. He wish he would have thought different. Well, it's too late. And that's why there's not just this video, but that's the reason this video was made, because let that be an example. They said the juice was good for you. It wasn't. They're going to say the MOTB going to be good for you. Guess what? It ain't going to be, man. It says Chris Cuomo that he said about how many Americans no longer trust the CDC and other government agencies because of how much these government entities lied about everything during the crisis. Still insisting that the jabs saved a lot of lives, Redfield now admits that the shots made a lot of people quite ill, not to mention the tens of thousands of people who died after getting injected. It says, this is what he said, those of us that try to suggest there may be significant side effects from the juice, we kind of got canceled because no one wanted to talk about the potential that there was a problem from the juices because they were afraid that will cause people not to want to get juicinated. It says even childish that we got to use all these code words, right? But let's jump down. So it says, what would have taken many years of research and development before bringing the chemical injections to market only took a few months, which raised suspicions about how long in advance the shots were really developed. And Operation Warp Speed, it goes into that, but let's jump down. So the same CDC director who pushing back said this: Redfield still defends Operation Warp Speed, claiming that it was important and saved a lot of lives. In many ways, the guy is now speaking out of both sides of his mouth like a true politician. They're important for the most vulnerable people, those over 60, 65 years of age. And it says they really aren't that critical for those that are under 50 or younger. But those juices saved a lot of lives. But they also, we have to be honest, some people got significant side effects from the juice. And here's some side effects. It says, among the many damaging side effects, see, it's many of them. Like I seen some places said HIV, cancer, other things that's That's, the scientific wording of a sickness. But it's many other things. But what they just highlighted in here is like heart attacks. And we seeing that. Even my father, man. My father got the juice even after I told him don't get it. Him and my mother. After I told him don't get it. And as of late, well, couple months ago, he been having chest problems. And when I read this and I looked up the symptoms, which I read some of these symptoms with y'all, because I looked them up. But when I read it, when I called him and talked to him, hey, it's what it sounded like he told me. But the point is, the prophet, man, you see, we out telling these people ahead of time. So it says among the many damaging side effects associated with the juice injections are heart muscle inflammation, which is myocarditis, and inflammation of the lining around the heart, which is pericarditis. The CDC now acknowledges, now check this out, because before they was with the jabs, but it says the CDC, which is the Center of Disease Control, they tell you they're controlling them. It says the CDC now acknowledges that these two health conditions are now side effects of the mRNA Moderna injections from Pfizer, which is, I know it says Pfizer, but you got to watch your wording, and BioNTech and Moderna. That's all of them. Because remember, about a year or so ago, Johnson and Johnson came out saying, yeah, shit, fucking people up. They was the first ones. But now Pfizer coming out, BioNTech and Moderna coming out saying, look, all our juice got side effects. But that's not the tune, the song they were singing at first. That's why I want to get this real quick in Ciroc. And again, let this be a lesson or an example for when that MOTB roll around. They're going to make it sound good. They're going to make it seem convenient and helpful. But watch it backfire just like the juice. The Ciroc chapter 12 and verse 10 in the GNT, it says, never trust. I got to get the KJV. Sometimes the KJV hit harder. Got to get the KJV. It got a different ring to it. Feel like it's more stern. Ciroc 12 and 10. It's the message of the lesson. Ciroc 12 and 10. Never, not sometimes, never. Not just when you scared or an emergency, the juice come around or the emos. Never trust thine enemy. And again, we are across enemy lines. We ain't here to believe and trust in these people, man. The scriptures say that the remnant will no longer sha'ain, right? Or stay upon Esau, all these heathens, no more. We don't have to go to these people for support. We got the Lord that's dealing with us, man. That's what we believe. We don't have to go to Esau for food. The Most High made food, for an example. But the scripture says, never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. It's eventually going to show. And that's what we seeing. The juice, it sounded good. It sounded like they was there to help you. But now we're showing what was the real agenda. To get people sick. To cripple people's immune systems. Also to kill off a lot of people. That was the first round. The second round about to come. They already got a new sickness that's out. H5N1, the bird flu. They said it's the new C19, and they also talking about lockdowns. So some of us go come back around, but use the first round, the CV juice, as an example for how it's gonna be here on out. They're gonna lie on the media. They're gonna tell you what you want to hear. They're gonna tell you it's gonna make you sick. I remember my mama, she was because from Louisiana, and I stay in Houston though, but I called her this like dead in the middle of CV when CV going on, 2020, and she was like, yeah, I ain't gonna say my government name, but she was like, yeah, she was like, yeah, she said my government name, but she was like, yeah, it's like a catch-22. It's just everybody getting sick, and it's scary. I like, Mom, don't get that. Don't get that. I ain't curse you. I don't curse him. I like, Mom, don't get that. Don't put that in you. No people put that in you. Well, lo and behold, they were so scared they did it. But now we seeing as Esau rust is showing, you got side effects come along with that. So Ciroc 12 and 10, never trust thine enemies. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, right? They put Dr. Fauci on the news and he said, you gotta put a mask on because your nasal pharynx, the scientific words, He speaks so humble. Oh, him and Joe Biden telling you how you need the juice, 6 feet apart, wear a mask. You see, care about your neighbors, your fellow Americans. It seems, see, that the bullshit seems like they care about you, man. Right? We don't want y'all to get hurt. Just take it. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed of him. And how are we taking good heed of Esau? After they get on the news and say, look, take the juice, brothers doing research now. What's in this? Remember they were saying blue horseshoe crab blood and this and that. And brothers do research, taking heed, seeing how he moves, seeing who getting sick from it. And it says, and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Because once you start examining Esau and what he's saying, although he humbled himself and go crouching, when you really examine what he's saying and seeing how he moving, Operation Warp Speed, right? And trying to put fear in people, you're gonna see this man the devil still. This is, and a lot of our people think the white man, his devilish ways was left behind in slavery, like in the 1950s and 40s, and he think that's left behind. So now, as we seeing, we get into the end of the world in 2024 AD, at the end of this white man rulership, although he put a suit on, he cut his beard off, he got a shaved face. Yeah, he let niggas become millionaires and famous. People think he okay now. But as we seeing, for example, going back to the title, the juice jabs come with significant side effects, says a ex-CDC director. They admitting it, but at first they were saying it's good for you. And now while people seeing these people who run the world are the devils, man. They trying to blatantly kill people. So his rust ain't all together gone. We're going to finish it out. It says, set him not by thee, which is our enemies, unless when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. And again, this is a lesson to be an example on how to move from here on out. That's why it says, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Because this ain't gonna be the only time they're gonna come with a juice jab that they're gonna try to force on the world. And then again, they're gonna say, well, sorry, y'all, we forgot to tell y'all about the side effects. The main thing will be the MOTB. Look, we already reading about the side effect. We're gonna get that in Revelation 16. They're gonna get cancerous like sores. So in the scriptures, it already got the side effects, but the world will try to tell the people to get it. Right? Let's finish this. It says, who will pity a charmer, right? People who play the little flutes to get snakes to come out the bucket. It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? Who gonna feel bad for that man? It says, or any such as come nigh wild beasts. You try to go to one of those national parks and you get out the moving van to go take a picture by some buffalo, and a buffalo trample you and kill you. Who gonna feel bad for you? It says stay in the van, just using it as an example. So as they use those things, why would you feel bad for a charmer that's trying to play a flute to a serpent and the serpent bite him? I ain't gonna feel bad for you. So after the prophets was warning the people about not taking the juice, and people still took the juice, and now you sick, nobody feel bad for you, man. Nobody gonna feel bad for you. When the juice see MOTB come around and people still get it, hey, we can't feel bad for you. You see? It says, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity. So if you get down with Esau program that he coming with, nobody gonna feel bad for you. You see? It says, for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. They tell you it sound good. It says, but in his heart he imagineth how to overthrow thee into a pit. These governments knew what they was doing. They knew exactly what they was doing, man. Getting these people sick and what was going to be the outcome and effects. And really, they was hoping more people died. Just like Bill Gates, him and his wife, he was like, yeah, we expected a bigger outcome, for CV. But this next, and we played his on the Thursday Live. He said, but this next pandemic, it's really going to show him. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's gonna show him. He mean it's gonna be worse than CV. Some coming worse, but they gonna have a solution that's gonna sound good. That's why I say right here, but in his heart, it says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart, he imagineth how to overthrow thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood, man. You see that? So now people dying, and look, he want more. He want more. It says, look, if adversity come upon thee, if tough times come, a sickness, a pandemic, thou shalt find him there first. I got the juice, y'all. Operation Warp Speed. Look, hey, within months, we already got the vax, the juicine. Hey, within months, right? If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. CDC, WHO, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Come on, man. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Come on. And we literally seeing that. Now they backtracking. At first they said the juice was good to take and you was going to be healed from the CV. Now they saying, well, you go get some heart attacks. Because it says myocarditis, right? Let's go back to that article and read what some of the symptoms, because I got them pulled up. And there's just 2 on this article. There's many more I heard about. I'm talking about cancer, HIV, all that. It says among the many damaging side effects associated with the C19 injections are heart muscle inflammation, which is myocarditis. Let's look that up. I got it pulled up. Myocarditis. It says myocarditis, a rare but serious condition. And look, see, it's rare, but a lot of people got it now because of the juice. A rare, so now it ain't so rare, it's common now. It says a rare but serious condition that causes inflammation of the heart's middle muscular layer, can sometimes mimic a heart attack. You see? So these things are giving people heart attacks. They're just dropping dead and dying. Well, what's another one? It says and inflammation of the lining around the heart, which is pericarditis. I got that one up too. It says pericarditis is inflammation of the pericardium, the thin sac-like tissue that surrounds the heart. It can cause the pericardium to become swollen and irritated, which can lead to sharp, stabbing chest pains. The pain can feel worse when you cough, swallow, lie down, or take deep breaths. It can also be felt in your neck, your shoulder, your back, and abdomen, and may be relieved by sitting up and leaning forward. But people's lives are changed now, man, because they trusted in the government. That's why this is a big deal. And this was just the first round. This was just a juice. Look, another sickness about to come. Then what people gonna do? You gonna get the next, because man, let me see. I read an article. Let me see if I can find it real quick, saying how the new juice is being made. I forgot which, but it's been on so many different news sites. I forgot which one I seen it on. I don't know if it was RT. Let me see if I can find it. But the new juice already being made for this next sickness. I don't remember where it was. Lord willing, we can get it for the Thursday live. And Shalom Tala Akim Akwath, who tuning in, the Elder Yashawamba, Yahweh Shemel Shah Brakatham, Shalom. But so yeah, so those are some of the things, and it says the CDC now acknowledges that these 2 health conditions are known side effects. That's a key word, known. It's obvious now, in other words, are known side effects of the mRNA or the Moderna injections or the Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna. So all of them. Because, Johnson & Johnson was the first one to say, look, we fucked up, y'all. We sorry. You see? But let's get this real quick in Revelation 16. Because another thing they're going to push to the world, let's get 13 first, is this MOTB. Let's start at 15. Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Now, the beast is going back to that ancient Roman Empire. But how was life given to it? By way of America coming into play, taking those same ways. Also, you got the NATO and EU, but mainly America. The same way, the laws, the customs, America is taking those things that Rome did and doing it today, giving life back to that ancient beast. It says that the image of the beast should both speak, here it is, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. You can one cast out of society. Then it may lead to an individual actually being killed. It's the point. He calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, because this is going to be the next thing. The CV jabs and people getting that was a foreshadowing. But this is going to be the main one that people, you shouldn't trust Esau when he come with it, man, as a solution. The Lord is the solution. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, which is that MOT, which is the RFID micro C-hip. That's the mark. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. But here's the thing. Esau going to push that real quick. 2 Thessalonians 2. He going to push that. He going to make it sound good. It's going to seem convenient. But we're going to read about the side effect already prophesied in Revelation 16. But let's get this in 2 Thessalonians 2, because it goes into the deception of Esau Edom and how he's doing the working of Satan on the earth. Now let's push this. Not push. Let's read this though. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8, straight to the point. And then shall that wicked be revealed. Esau Edom, look, and it's showing. Never trust thine enemy. He's been revealed. Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him, even Esau, the nation of Edom, whose coming is after the working of Satan. Here it is, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Man, see, the scriptures is so cold. Apostle Paul wrote this over 2,000 some years ago, but we see this playing out now. It says, with all power, signs, and lying wonders, here it is, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them a strong delusion, that they shall believe a lie. So a lot of people going to fall for the tricks and deception that Esau coming with. It says that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And I'm thinking about Revelation 17, how the angel had to tell Apostle John, why is you marveling over this woman? Because John seen the woman on the beast, which that was symbolic for America, having authority over the, mainly the NATO and the EU. But nevertheless, he was looking at this woman in amazement. You see, in amazement. He had seen a vision. The Lord gave him a vision, on the Isle of Patmos. But he was looking at this, she probably had a white woman, blonde hair. I don't know, probably had a BBL, you see? Some big breasts. Who knows? He probably had a thigh out. Back then he had long garments, probably had a thigh out. But John was marveling. The angel said, what you marveling for? This woman filthy. She filthy. Get your eyes off of her. Right. The point is, America, in the ways that this government been pushing and gonna push, it look good, but it ain't good. It sound good, but it ain't good. You see? Now let's go to this, because they're gonna push Revelation 13, right? The MOTB. But let's get the side effect, because we already see the jabs. They pushed the jab, said it was good. Now it got significant side effects. They're gonna push the juice. We just read it. With all deceivableness of unrighteousness and them that perish. Let's read the side effect, because it got one. Where is that? This is Revelation 16 and verse 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. Let me see what vials mean. It got something significant. And pour out the vials. Okay, ain't got none. In other words, the judgment of the Lord is being poured out. But let's see one of these judgments. And the first went, check it out, verse 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast. Let's stop there, because it's a comma. So let's stop there. You see? And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore. What the title say? A significant side effect on who? Upon the men which had the mark of the beast. That's why I had titled it the CV jobs. That was an example on what the MOTB gonna do. They're gonna fall for the sound good, the feel good, the fleshly emotions, and the fear. But once they buy into that, they're gonna regret it because now you're gonna be sick, you're gonna be dying, just like with the CV jabs. Look, and we get in Revelation 13, they go push this MOTB on the world. They're gonna force people to get it by taking away comforts and necessities of man. But once people get that, it's gonna come also with significant side effects. Let's read this real quick. Let's read it again. It says, and Revelation 16 and 2. And the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome. Let's look at noisome first. G2556, Caicos, noisome. Look at this. Of bad nature, not such as it ought to be. A mode of thinking, feeling, or acting. See, what's coming on these people for they go buying the Esau, they ain't gonna be right. It says base, wrong, wicked, troublesome, injurious, pernicious, destructive, baneful. That's all horrible words. So a noisome and grievous, let's look at grievous, full of labor, Salakia. This is G4190, Poneros. So grievous, full of labors, annoyances, hardships. Look, you got to deal with it. Like Job with the boils, he couldn't just act like it wasn't now. No, you feel me? He couldn't just act like it wasn't now. Chris Cuomo, a couple years ago, he was all for CV. I think I'm playing, he got Pfizer tattooed on him. He was so for it. But now, guess what? He can't act like it ain't that because he's sick like a dog. Right, full of labors, annoyances, hardships, pressed and harassed by labors. Man, these people about to go through it. It says bringing toils, annoyances, perils of a time full of peril to Christian faith and steadfastness, causing pain and trouble. Look, in a physical sense, diseased or blind. Man. Now let's go into that word sore. It's G1668 Elkos. And that's what it says. Sore, a wound, producing a discharge of pus. That's not good. If some you got pus coming out you, that's not good. It says a sore or an ulcer. Now let's take this word ulcer, right? Let's look it up on Google. Now check this out. This let us know, because what the verse said again, this word also gonna let us know that it's a wound from an MOTB, something being injected in you. Let's read this again, and we're gonna get that word also, because it's something that gotta be injected in you, man. Just like the juice, something that Palisade was injected in them. See, just like the Palisade to put that MOTB in people, that when to inject it in, that injection needle, that was kind of like the needle for the juice. But they're gonna break your skin and put some inside of you, man. Let's read this again. I'm gonna get that word for ulcer and what that means. Revelation 16 and 2. And the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome. Remember, all those words for noisome wasn't good. And grievous, diseased, sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast. Now, for sore, it had ulcer. Check this out. Ulcer. Look what it means. Ulcer, an open sore on an external or internal surface of the body caused by a break in the skin. In order for us to put an MOTB in you or to put juice in you, what they had to do, take that needle and break the surface of your skin and inject it in you, man. Come on. We reading it. Let's read that again. An open sore or an external on your skin or internal surface of the body caused by a break in the skin. You see? That's that Palisade breaking the skin. When they put the MOTB in you. But the point is, when people get this, just like the jab article we just read, they're going to have significant side effects. Because of one, as we reading, because of the jab they got it, but let that be an example for when the MOTB roll around or this next sickness roll around. Do not trust Esau. We have many you have over hundreds of thousands of examples of people dying and being sick. What more do these people need other than the prophets been telling them? You see? But right, I'm gonna end it right there. I'm gonna read this again. And the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. Come on, man. And look, they're gonna make that MOTB sound so good, but we already reading in Revelation 16 and 2 the significant side effect that's gonna come with the people getting that. Now they got heart attacks, HIV, and cancer. Putting technology in, you're gonna take it to another level, man. You see, but I'm gonna end it right there. I feel like I want to get something else, but I don't know. But it's all good. I'm gonna end it right there. I'm gonna put this article in the chat too. Y'all want to check it out. But again, the water for tuning in. Shalom to Allah Akim Akwath. See the elder Yashawamba, the brother Nabala, straight gate. Shalom, Yahabashim al Shabarakatham. But Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And with that, once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. Keep fighting, keep pushing. We're almost out of here. And again, never trust thine enemy. They're gonna make it sound good, but it ain't good. Shalom.